RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch. What the fuck is going on? It's my second live stream of the day. I'm just really I'm going through. I'm always very outspoken, very verbal, very tangential. I fucking ramble, babble, on and on. I can go from one subject to the next, one topic to the next, rambling my ass off. Mostly because I think it all flows together in my head, because I think all this shit is connected. So it's very easy for me to jump from one subject to the next. But you know, I'm just in one of my moods right now, and I can tell for me to be extra verbal, because it's just frustrating when you want the best for yourself and for your kids. You can only really have any sensible expectation that the world would ever give you a whole bunch of shit that it just might not give you. You can begin to work toward those things as if you deserve it, if you sincerely just wish and hope the same thing for everybody else, really. And you got to mean it too. So in order for me to expect that for me and my kids, I have to project that out into the world, that I honestly and sincerely hope that everybody's okay, that everybody does the best that they can do to not be fooled by bullshit, especially bullshit that means a lot to you. That means a lot to the people that want to control you by it. These things are serious. I'm just going to take serious whatever it is that they seem to be taking seriously. And when you do that, and you feel so good about it, and you can see the opportunity for freedom open up to you, where it doesn't have to sound like a pipe dream. It can be something that we can achieve for this country and for the rest of the world. But part of honestly and sincerely wanting that for yourself and for everybody else is recognizing where you are on that path, where the world is, and what it's going to take to actually achieve this fucking awesome dream of peace and prosperity for you and everybody else. I don't know how the hell you think you're gonna get that in the midst of where we are, unless you're also willing to shoot some shit. And I feel like it's just part of the story. And a lot of people got a hard time, especially at a glance, trying to understand who it is that I am and what it is that I'm saying when I mean the hug so much, when I mean the love so much, but that I also seem to be very proudly and loudly pointing out the inevitability of violence in order to get the good things that you want in life. That people seem to find that as being contradicting, but I don't think it's contradicting at all. Because law enforcement and the military service that you guys worship like gods, they also bring this same energy. They say, yes, we're here for the peace and the love and the freedom, but sometimes you have to actually fight for what you want. That's right, because evil has already accepted violence in order to propel what it is that they want. There's only one way to really match that, and that's with the propensity for defensive violence. And I wholeheartedly accept all of that, because the world is just going to be what it is. So I say, oh yeah, me too. Bad guy got the gun? Me too. I don't know what other response anybody can possibly have. Whistleblowers do their thing as far as trying to expose them for free energy, government corruption, the child peddling shit that they're all involved in. When you hear all of this shit and all of these whistleblowers start running around in a panic, and then they die of heart attacks and aneurysms and all this other shit, man, these whistleblowers are tweaking. They know who they dealing with, and we have a history of this happening to whistleblowers at all times. I think whistleblowers should get like me. As soon as they start blowing a whistle, carry a gun everywhere you go. I need to get a body cam real bad, but get a body cam if you know you whistleblowing on some very important, critical shit in society, as far as free energy and the child pedophilia that they're all getting involved in. If you whistleblowing on that, bring a gun and a body cam with you, and just be willing to smoke anybody who wants to show up to try to threaten you about what it is that you're doing when you know you're doing what needs to be done, when you know you're doing a good thing. How about you take on their angle that they like to use violence? You tell them that if they come to you with threats or trying to harm your family or threatening to do certain things to you if you don't shut your mouth, then you up a gun on them and go, who the fuck you think you talking to? Surprise! I don't play that. There's nothing wrong with that to me. When you're talking about standing up to the bully. When I'm talking about standing up to the bully, I don't care what I sound like when I say what it is that needs to be said. Because this is what needs to be done. Bullies should be scared of you. People talking about me doing my open carry demo. I did the little YouTube short. Check my shorts out on my YouTube. I did the YouTube short. Of course, I like to be exaggerated so that people realize that I'm trying to make a very powerful point, and I need to go to the utmost levels of addressing these things so that you get it on a glance that I'm not fucking playing, and I mean it, and this should be important, and everyone else should take it in the same way. So then I bring the bulletproof mask out to do the YouTube short that I just the other day. Somebody said, like, what is this? Some guy, some kid showing off his toys? Do I look like a guy playing with some? Do I look like a kid playing with toys to you? I'm serious as fuck, and I mean to be this serious so that you know that I mean it, that you know that I look serious, and that I don't care how scared of me you are when I have no intentions on harming anybody. I don't intend on starting a fight with anyone ever. I never have, and I never would. But I do look like I'm hard to bully, though, don't I? I think it's worth being that extreme to let a bully know that I am not the one that you're going to bully easily. Bullying me might cost you your life. This is not where you want to go with that bully shit. You should probably stay far away from me. That's what that says. And I don't understand why that is unappealing to people. And all the people that is really unappealing to are the people who are 0% prepared to handle a bully or a home invasion or a child abduction or a tyrannical government. You guys are on 0 looking at me like I'm crazy. And I don't blame you for feeling that way. There's a major gap between us. But the gap is in my favor because you're a pussy. You're scared as fuck, knowing goddamn well all the things I point out about the world is exactly true. All of it is. This is honest observation here. Y'all don't like my response, and I think that's strange to me. You strange. You're a weirdo to me. I'm gonna take y'all inside with me. I gotta go pay for my gas and pump this gas real quick. I'll go inside the casing here. Of course, you know I'm coming. What the fuck is y'all talking about? Every day's an open carry day for me. What pump am I on? How many of y'all get weighed to the counter and then forget what pump you on? Everybody does that. I gotta look again. Okay, pump 3. Check yourself. Yeah, I'll check yours too. Link in the description. Yeah, it does. Violence begets violence, and they spark this, and now we got to balance it by giving it back to them. That's how that works. You too. What's up? Can I get like 20 on 3?
Chevrolet's.
Yeah, nice day out. The spring is finally coming through out here in Iowa, and that's good because I love that shit. Open carry season, that's what I call it. It is not called springtime no more. It's called open carry season. Spring, summer, fall, it's all one season. Open carry shit. But yeah, these whistleblowers, man, y'all tweaking, man. Y'all bugging, man. Y'all know what y'all dealing with, man. Start carrying guns and body cams. You got to be willing to smoke shit. You already finna die. How many of them died for that already? How many whistleblowers died just because of something that they want to say or expose? If they was already going to die, what they should have said was, hey, they willing to they're willing to defend themselves against a potential attacker. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, and they should have did it aggressively, right? I'm talking about maybe even have don't go nowhere by yourself. How's that? Don't go nowhere by yourself. Bring a camera and a gun with you everywhere you go. And if somebody approaches you trying to threaten you on some slick shit because it was something you were saying, catch enough of their incriminating intentions on camera and then smoke their ass. What's wrong with that? I wouldn't give a fuck about none of that. I wouldn't give a fuck about getting arrested, going to jail, going to trial, no nothing. If I know that this is what it is that I'm doing. Man, you got to be careful with that, of course. You can't just be blowing somebody down and they ain't did nothing to you, had no intentions. You got to know what you're dealing with. But when somebody comes to you, flashing credentials and making it very clear what they're gonna do to you because you want to expose them, man, you ain't gonna. Y'all funny. Y'all funny. Y'all real funny. Y'all make my Glock laugh. Fuck out of here, bro. You know, tickle this 12 gauge with all that funny behavior, all that humor. That shit's whack. Go away. Bullies, man. Bullies. They want you to be so calm and collected in how you handle things. They don't want you to see violence as a potential solution to anything. They want it to sound crazy to you if you think that violence might be the answer. And violence ain't never the only answer. Just outright violence with no intent or moral high ground at all. It's probably just gonna be reckless and bad. That ain't good at all. But if you have the moral high ground, much like the your dream cop, an honorable dream of a cop or a military soldier, whatever honor is behind the violence that they also know that they have to bring, it defines who they are. The violence that they may need to use defines what it is that who the fuck they are. All of that law talk and expectation that you follow laws without the propensity of violence. Now you're a lawyer or something like that, but you're not a cop. The cop is the violent part of it, and it's necessary, and you all cheer on it when you see it. Don't think that it has to have a uniform or a badge for that to exist, because apparently they not doing enough, and we need a little bit more of that if it's supposed to be so virtuous to walk in that light. Yeah, me too. I love everybody, and I will smoke the bad guy, and I'm not gonna give a fuck. Y'all gonna accept that shit around me, bro. I don't know. I can't say it enough. I cannot say it enough. How well accepted the idea of violence is to me in my mind, if it's being used for defense or to curb a great evil from what it is that they're trying to do. I say, yeah, let's have that. Serve all of the violence, bro. because I see all of the other shit not working. I see the love not working. I'm just out here to fucking present that first so that y'all know that I pay attention to that. That I have total respect for that part of the story. Extend the idea of love and understanding and awareness. Knowledge is power. I love all of that shit, but man, when it comes down to it, they don't give a fuck if they are right or wrong or nothing. What makes their shit move is when they start shooting shit. You think these wars fucking pop off and ain't nobody been talking about nothing? They've been through that negotiation. They've been through all that shit trying to compromise and all these other things that they say is going on right in front of you and behind the scenes in regards to these conflicts, and somehow they still resort to violence. Why? Why? Because all that other shit is under the pretense that we agree with what's being said or what's being asked for. As soon as there's a disagreement, somebody turns the fucking volume up on the violence when that happens. And then if it needs to go there, motherfuckers just start shooting shit. And you have to know that if you don't bring that, then everything that you are saying is going to lose in a head-to-head to see what will thrive and survive. When it comes down to that, just know that the evil will always say, well, we'll just fight and shoot shit. And if you can't match their energy when they say that, you guarantee your loss. I don't even think you mean it if you say you love something and then you say that you're not willing to kill it, or kill for it. You're not willing to fight for it. You're not willing to look at the bad guy and say, I told you I love this, right? I told you I wanted this, right? You know that I'm deserving, right? Okay, then I already tried to ask you. If you say no and I'll fight you, then I'll say, well, fuck you. I bet you I'll fight back. What did you expect? Did you think you was going to be able to say this stupid shit to me and then get no reaction out of me? Yeah, they thought they was going to do that. They thought they was going to do that to you. You know what they used to do that to you? The Constitution. They use the Constitution to get you to say, I do want to stand up for myself. And they say, stand up over here. Over here. Talk to us when we say so in this regard. In the court of law, with all these laws and rules about who can speak and when. You don't know who's being bought off in here. You don't know nothing. You don't know who's being threatened behind closed doors or in the shadows. You have no idea. Just know that when we win in here, where we always win, we totally expect for you motherfuckers to remain to be law-abiding citizens, which is crazy because if they believe that we are going to be law-abiding, then why do they need another gun law? You don't even need another one. I thought you had this expectation that we listen to laws when you say so. Oh, you have no expectation. Now you sound like me because I have no expectations either to be swayed by anything that y'all have to say unless you express the propensity for extreme force and violence, and then I have to tell myself, do I want to die today for that? And I'm almost always saying no. So then I start looking for other means. The whole time, y'all don't give a fuck if y'all means are legit or not, if we all follow or not, if we all understand or not. You're banking on us not understanding. You're hoping that we don't do anything about it if you're wrong. But you will march on as if you're right, hiding behind the legal system no less the entire fucking time, hoping that when you change an amendment that we throw our feelings out with it, when in reality it was undebatable in the first place and I stopped listening to you a long time ago. So I don't understand what the fuck it is you think you're going to win about a Second Amendment debate in a fucking court of law that I don't trust. You cannot win that fight, and nobody has stopped them to tell them that they're spinning their wheels because they can't win that fight. Nobody told them that. Though nobody said but me. Coleon Noir don't say that shit. Brandon Herrera halfway says it. He's about the closest thing to it. And even then, there he is in the courtrooms begging what? I'm begging for them to do it. I'm so excited to see what it is that they think they can do. When something that is an undebatable natural right has made it onto their fucking bullshit paper, and then they start fucking with it. Like I'm supposed to give a fuck. I'm trying to not even notice I don't care. I stopped listening to y'all so I can lose myself in my own ignorance. Because I already know what the truth is. You can't win that fight. And if you come out here on that bullshit, I already know that I'm right. It don't matter. We're supposed to stand up to y'all about all fucking tyrannical, unconstitutional laws are supposed to be ignored because they expected when they wrote all of this shit that some things will make it past the filter and they will appear to be law, when in reality it should have never made it to the status. You got to know better. If you don't know better, you're going to find yourself in muddy waters. If you move forward, U.S. government, with that bullshit, y'all gonna be moving in some bloody waters. I got a feeling I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who looking at y'all going, man, do it then. I'm just one of very few people that will even say it. And to me, I'm thinking if it already entered my mind and it makes so much sense in my heart that I see absolutely nothing but a fucking Quentin Tarantino film at the end of this fucking bullshit script y'all running, if y'all think y'all finna get them guns. The only thing I see at the end of that is a fucking shootout. So, I'm gonna say it now. I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna try not to say it because I don't want to sound like something. Fuck out of here. Maybe that's a character flaw with me. For me not to recognize what it is and what it means to be discreet. I know even in books like The Art of War and maybe even the 48 Laws of Power or some shit like that, they might say, hey man, don't broadcast all your shit all the time. Listen man, there's enough of us playing one side of it that I don't mind being one of very few who will look them right in the eyes and go, if you think you're gonna win that fight about that Constitution because you changed the magical paper, you're gonna find out the hard way that we don't give a fuck. What the fuck is wrong with saying that? I got the total expectation that you knew that when you start fucking with that shit, that you were going to inspire some feelings like that, and then it would be justified if the entire fucking country stood up and said, "We dare you." That's my new slogan. We dare you. I'm gonna put it on a shirt. We dare you, bro. Just do it. Because how the fuck can we ever honor the Second Amendment if we didn't mean it all the way to the fucking bottom line of what the fuck it is that I'm saying? That it's undebatable, and if they change it on the paper, I know that's a fucking game that they are using to get most of us to not fight them when it's time to fight, so that they don't get so many of us to fight because they intend on fighting and they're okay with it. They're expecting it. They're expecting a fight. They just want to bring the numbers down. And they go, oh, I know. Let's see how many of them we can get whenever the time is right to latch onto the Second Amendment so much that when we change it, that they give up. Because of that. It's a magic spell. It's hypnosis. It's a distraction for you to put your emotions on the paper. So when they say, hey, time to change the paper, they call it an amendment. Are you insane? Are you insane? Who the fuck am I talking to? A bunch of children? If I'm talking to any grown people out there, especially you grown men, if you hear me, you have to address me and my entire fucking movement based off a few simple and direct points of interest. Number one, do you own yourself or not? There's an answer to the question. However you answer is going to tell you how to fucking move forward. And if your answer is no, you don't own yourself, and you're okay with that answer, like you expect for that to be the answer, dismiss yourself from the conversation. You can leave the live stream right now. If your answer is no, that you kind of expected for you to own yourself, and you really think that that's what it's supposed to be, and you think that that's the way it is, now I gotta ask you, does it really feel like you do or not? You know what the answer is. It don't really feel like you can, and this is honest observation, because you don't have to like weed to understand what I'm saying. You don't have to like alcohol. I've never drank alcohol a day in my fucking life. I don't partake in marijuana at all. But the issue is that whether because I'm not mad at the weed at all. I don't hate it. I don't hate on weed. I don't even hate on alcohol. But I'm coming through the window and my fucking heat being on. I didn't even know the fucking heat was on. Blowing on the back of the phone, heating the damn phone up. Damn, that shit is annoying. I can't remember what the fuck I was saying. Can I get a reminder in the chat of what the fuck I was saying? Fuck. That shit is annoying as fuck. I'm gonna have to start checking my settings to make sure my fucking, it's springtime, still in that in between where like in the morning, it be a little cold in here, especially for the kids. I'll be having to turn the heat on sometimes. And then I forget the heat is on, and then the heat is on. My phone clipped to the fucking vent in the car, slowly blowing the heat, roasting the fucking phone while I'm on it. That's annoying as fuck. Yeah, that shit buffer. I know it was buffering like a motherfucker. Yeah, what was I saying, man? Like I have no, I can't think at all what it was I was saying before that shit did that. I don't know. I was probably talking about government being some bitches and how you supposed to stand up to them and then like not let them keep fucking running their shit when you know you can see them, all that type shit. I mean, but about the Constitution being the reason that it becomes debatable. Thank you, Angel. Yeah, no, you're right. That's what it was. It becomes debatable when they put it on the Constitution. When they put the Second Amendment and other things in the Constitution, all of that shit becomes debatable when you think it's an outline of the rights. Now, the founding forefathers might intend it to just be trying to express the government to be mindful of these things while they are governing. And they're supposed to have your consent to govern too. They act like you don't have a choice, and then they think you're crazy when you try to opt out or call them out on any of their bullshit. But it becomes debatable when you put it there, period, man. They'd have a hard time addressing you. Like I just did the live stream Saturday, and the young man that walked up to me, they gave me a good conversation. He was a good dude. You know, I asked him, you know, about the Constitution, you know, making these things debatable so that we would accept a debate about these undebatable things. also with the expectation that they think that they're debating it so that they can win and then sway how we feel about it. You guys aren't arguing just to be arguing. If you're a real nigga, then you know that we can't lose this debate about these gun rights. So to me, it sounds like they're arguing to be arguing because there's nothing that's ever going to come out of it. Nothing could ever come out of it. They're arguing thinking something can come out of it. If we write it down here and we win the debate, we can expect that you guys are either going to go along with that or respect the fact that we're going to fight you for it. But it's all a mind game, though, because none of it is even debatable. And I pointed out to the man that came up and gave me the conversation just this past Saturday during the open carry demo that they claim that the earth is overpopulated, and they say this with such conviction, even though you can fly over America and be like, look at all this space with no people in it. So they can shut the fuck up. What it is that they want to be stingy about the resources, and even then they hide the truth about how plentiful resources can be, including energy, especially energy. And none of us should even have to struggle, especially on the basis of scarcity, because none of this shit is scarce and we can all be sharing it very nicely. And I'm not even talking about communism. I'm talking about not having these things being mismanaged by greedy, evil fucking people that just like to see other people get hurt. That's what it really is. Because this don't even got to be a fight. I think the world can go along just the way it is, and even at a faster pace, if the people in charge said that they wanted to do this for the love and not for the control. If they did it for the love and not the control, everybody would live like a fucking upper middle fucking class kind of. I think that shit is possible, and we're not overpopulated. But I told dude that if they want to convince us so much that the world is overpopulated, why is it that we don't have any laws on any man having 12 kids? A man can get 12 bitches pregnant this month. It wouldn't even take that long. It wouldn't take much. One man can father 12 kids in a 30-day period, no problem. Give them the women, and they will be fucking with child. Do you understand? It's that simple. And we can fight against this idea of the world being overpopulated by every man having 12 fucking kids. They wouldn't feel like they could tell you not to do that, regardless of how painful it was to them that the world is quote unquote overpopulated, unless they get it onto their magical paper to tell you, hey, this can be debated in our courts now. And then when they debate it in the courts, they don't care if you understand or agree with them or not. All they got to do is make it where these things reach a certain level of legislation where they can say, well, now we don't care if the people get along with it or not, or understand it or agree with it or nothing. Once they made it here, now we can start enforcing the rules and the punishments attached to that shit that we have right here on the magical paper. So anybody step out of line, they can expect that they gonna see us, and we hope the virtue signaling fucking bitch ass people will allow us to control something that's very natural that we really should have no say in at all. And if they ain't got no say in me creating life, they can't have no motherfucking say in what I need to do to preserve that life that I made, mine and my kids. They can all kiss my dick or suck this 12 gauge. I'm trying to be cool and tell y'all that I don't give a fuck about nothing they got going on at the same time. Just know that the hug is for everybody that wants one. That's all I can tell you. Everybody else will just get to smoke and I don't give a fuck. You already didn't give a fuck about the hug that I offered you. Now I don't give a fuck about what happens between us. Bust a move. Do something. I dare you. I dare you. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. It's the whole story. The total story is offer the love and then destroy your fucking enemies. That's the whole story. And I'm sticking to all of that shit. Y'all tweaking, bruh. Whistleblowers, man, get y'all body cams and y'all guns, and then don't let nobody talk that slick shit to you. If a motherfucker offer me anything at all and wanted me to come out for a drink and I don't even fucking drink, or to do this, whatever, somebody came to me and said, hey man, all the activism shit you talking, stop that shit. That man he not gonna even make it back to say, hey, I delivered the message. He probably gonna die right there. You might. Don't say that nobody sent you to come tell me to stop nothing. If I see you eye to eye and you say that, good luck. Don't say it to me. Don't say that to me. Especially if you are saying that someone sent you, someone high up. Motherfuckers be taking pictures of people's kids in the house and shit and at the school and then bringing it to people. This shit has happened before. And then they go, hey man, look at this. Scary, right? Don't do this. Don't say this. Don't make that. Do this. Do that. You couldn't come to me and do that shit. Because you will be recorded Everybody would understand that, hey, this look just like this other stuff. This is why Trey shot this nigga in the face right here. That'll be the story. Ain't gonna be able to just run up, man. Come on, man. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. It would have to be something else. You wouldn't get that shit on me. You can't come to me and tell me to shut the fuck up about nothing. You better take cover. Who the fuck you think you talking to? And that's fair as fuck. And no fucking government agency, no Men in Black. Niggas die anyway. Motherfucking whistleblowers end up getting their ass smoked. You should have smoked the nigga that tried to smoke you then. You got nothing to lose now. You ended up dying. The fuck was you being so shy about the shit for? Y'all be running from motherfuckers. Y'all get the whistleblowing and get to running. I be whistleblowing and then standing in front of everybody be like, hey, y'all all watching? Watch him walk up to me talking that shit and watch me blow his ass down. Told you they was gonna do that shit. And you being recorded. Everybody can see you, bruh. I already told everybody you was coming. Not everybody watching to see what happened. And when you show up and I start shooting, I'm gonna say, told you? Fuck out of here. Niggas is weird as hell. Man, RPM Trey Vietnam in this bitch, man. Wu Bang get a gun today, man. I know one thing. I couldn't be a whistleblower on the Kennedy case, on happenings of the Federal Reserve or Epstein or none of that shit, and then not have no body cam and one or two friends with me and they got guns and body cams too and surveillance all over the fucking house and 2 guns on me at all times and shit. Level 4 assault rifle rated armor under all of my fucking clothes at all times. I don't care how hot it is. I'd be doing all of that shit, man. And I'd be like, if anybody ever ran up on me for talking about what the fuck I seen the day Kennedy got shot, then good luck to you. Good luck to you. How you gonna explain what sent you here when you're the one bleeding out? You the one bleeding out. Now we're going to discover who you were when you approached me, who sent you, and what the intentions were. You can pick that off this nigga's dead body. Fuck is you talking about? Whistleblowers don't be covering up at all. Isaac Cappy, is that his name? Isaac Cappy? Hollywood guy tried to out these motherfuckers and they apparently threw him off a bridge somewhere. How he even let them get that close? When they showed up talking that shit, he should have already had his camera and his guns going. Pointing into the camera. Like, see, I told y'all this gonna show up. Here they is. They think they're gonna throw me off a bridge today. Watch this. Boom, 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 boom. That's what Cappy should have did. What would have been wrong with that? That's fair as fuck. That's how these stories need to be ending. They threw this nigga off a bridge. They would have never got that close to me. RPM Trey Vietnam in this bitch, man.